Coach, thoughts on Blackwood's first game?
Thought he was outstanding. Yeah, I mean, just complete control of the game for me with him. Much like I talked about game management, held on to every first shot they got, dangerous or not dangerous. He just held on to it, slowed the game down for us. Yeah, but we gave up. I mean, first period was sort of brutal hockey. I felt like. Both teams, low event, didn't seem like there was lots going on. He made the saves he needed to make. I think they probably had a couple better chances than we had, but start of the second period when we were having those breakdowns, he was huge. Keeps it right where we need it to be, and then I thought our team could really started to get going. 8-9 minutes left in the second period, and then we played pretty well.
Is there anything unique about his height that makes things different?
His height?
Yeah.
Yeah, everything.
There.
Yeah. When a 6'4" goalie goes into a butterfly, you're trying to shoot at this. When a 5'10" goalie goes into a butterfly, you've got that.
Okay.
That's what makes it unique. So you goalie, same skill level, bigger, smaller, you're taking the bigger goalie 100 times out of 100.
Is there anything weird or different to you about just the way he's built? He seems to be a bigger goalie.
Yeah, he's a big man, you know. I mean, the thing is, it's not just his size. Obviously, he's got great ability and moves really well in the net. And tonight, he managed the game perfectly.
Do you see a difference in maybe the confidence level of the guys playing in front of him right now?
I don't know. It's one game. Yeah, I wasn't in love with our game. Like, it wasn't a masterpiece, but we played well enough to get the 2 points, especially the way he played. He was a big part of it.
Does the fact that him and Scott have, this is the third different team that they've played on over the course of like 7 or 8 years, does that matter at all to you guys? Like that they have a kind of a long-standing relationship?
It matters to me that they get along and that they support one another and that they're good teammates for one another and they can lean on one another when things are going bad. They can ask each other for advice. Like your goalie partner is your best goalie coach. You know, they get to know one another. I don't care that if that relationship is 2 days old, a week old, or it's been going for 10 years. I just think they have to be really good teammates to one another and each other's support and sounding board, because they're together more than the goalie coach is going to be with either one of them.
You referenced 9 minutes left in the second period when you guys started to kind of come on. Just what do you think switched in that?
Well, we got more tenacious and relentless on our puck pressure. Kind of simplified it a little bit more, and we played with more energy, more juice. You know, like we didn't change anything. We reinforced some things, like in a couple timeouts after the first period. But I'm not making excuses for our team. I didn't love the game. I thought we were going to be much better than what we were. But I did talk to a handful of guys, and they're just not feeling well. You know, OC was puking after the first period, and he played a hell of a game. But when you're not feeling well and you're not energized, you're not going to play that great. You know, we're not the only team going through it. I read today that Vancouver left a couple of guys home this morning from the rink. I don't know if any of them missed the game, but like when it hits one or two guys, it spreads to 8 or 10 quickly. So we just hopefully we're feeling better again next game. We can kind of continue to build on what we've been doing here.
With that said, I spoke with Fulton and asked him kind of the same thing, that the team, you guys, you know, obviously the energy and whatever's going through the room, but what does it mean for them, that work ethic, to find that energy and dig deep to? Yeah,
well, I mean, we were hoping it was going to come because we just didn't have it early, and part of it is like when you're like, part of it's mental too, like the execution for our team to start. Like I thought our D had a rough first period. Like they beat the crap out of the puck, and we couldn't advance the puck past their forecheck, and so that's on us. But like you get in the game a little bit more, you get warmed up, whatever, you start to feel a little bit better, forget about it a little bit because the game's moving on, and then we started to play much better. You know, like once our D started delivering the puck on time to our forwards, I didn't see. Like it's not major changes, but it's a touch here, it's a touch there. Instead of playing in the offensive zone, you're playing in the defensive zone. You're on your heels a little bit. So, again, the game wasn't fantastic, but it takes a lot of grit and determination, want and will, whatever you want to say, to like just stick with it and then kind of find your game eventually. And that's what Blackwood did for me tonight. He gave us a really good chance to find our game, because that game could have been ugly, you know, by the 30-minute mark.
There's still a lot of season left, but with how he's playing on the wing, is it getting harder to kind of envision Colton going back to center?
Yeah, I like the centers that we have right now, so I think he's more productive on the wing. Again, just depends on who's in our lineup and who's out and where we need him. He has the ability to do both, but like right now, I'm just thinking wing for now.
We talked about Ross Colton. He's had 2 goals in his 5 games back.
Yeah.
He mentioned that he maybe wasn't feeling 100%.
Yeah, he didn't look like he had a bunch of energy tonight, compared to like even the first game he got back. That's the thing too. You train, and every player will tell you. You come back and you get through a game or 2 on adrenaline. You've been out for a long time. You're excited, and then like all the bumps and bruises and aches and pains start to come back to you because you haven't taken contact in a month. And you know, the conditioning part of it is one thing to get ready for one game, and then be ready every second night and tough road trip and all that, and still be able to maintain it. That can catch up to you a little bit. So he's still working through that, but he still makes an impact, right? He scores a big goal for us tonight to get us on the board, and played pretty well and kept battling and got better as the game went on, same as our team. So it's good to see.
Actually, once a heck of a pass from Casey on that goal. I know when we talked to you a couple weeks ago, you said you need to see him moving his feet more. Just your thoughts on
Well,
that?
I thought he played hard tonight, Casey, again. They've been better, right, since Colton got back, and it's Val, and it's a couple of veteran wingers that can make plays and that have some grit to their game to get to the net. He's been better. But that play in particular, I mean, you're fighting off a guy on a cycle for quite some time. And, you know, we had a lot of guys do that. It's just the ability to then make that pass, like with the split second when he escapes the guy, to be able to lay it in there, a perfect forehand one-timer into the slot while he's beating the second guy that's coming. I mean, that's not easy to do, and he's one of the guys on our team that can do it. We have a handful, and that can be the difference in the hockey game right there. So good on him. I thought he had a good night.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.